Well, as Governor Wes Moore prepares for his State of the State address tomorrow, lawmakers in Annapolis are going back and forth on a controversial bill. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary Bubala.
And I'm Kai Jackson. The YES Act, as it's known, would change the way juvenile offenders are prosecuted. Now, if that bill is passed, 75% of crime that start in a juvenile court, or an adult court, would then start at juvenile court instead. The most violent cases would still stay in adult court.
Supporters say the bill will benefit public safety, but others argue it could pose a greater threat.
Right now, DJS, Department of Juvenile Services, is not taking care of getting the services to the people who are there now. And now we're going to add to that. And if we add to that, how are they ever going to get the right number of people with the right services?
Well, let's go right to Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost.
She joins us live from Annapolis with more on that hearing and how lawmakers are reacting to the YES Act. Mackenzie?
Mary, supporters of this proposal say that it's all about public safety as well as government efficiency. But critics, including several states' attorneys, say that the Department of Juvenile Services is not capable of handling even more cases, as their concerns have been already on display this session. A hearing room full of opinions on when a juvenile facing certain charges should start their criminal justice journey in juvenile court.
DJS supports Senate Bill 422.
We're concerned with the changes that you're looking to put in place.
Backed by Chairman Will Smith, a senator who says more than 70% of these cases end up in the juvenile court system anyway.
Again, the numbers are on the side here.
But the opposition, quick and fierce.
My concern with this bill is that DJS is a mess. DJS is a wreck.
Right now, how the department handles juvenile cases it already has, including providing services and programs, is already in question.
However, the month's delay we see for youth connecting with mentoring and treatment in the community is also a clear indication that the services aren't there either. The proposed change to legislation for these serious and violent offenses will place additional burdens on an already overtaxed agencies.
Kate Rosenblatt, Deputy Chief of the Juvenile Division at the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office, raises concerns about what services are already available. Supporters of the bill argue these cases can be waived up to the adult court system, but Rosenblatt notes that rarely happens and usually only does if the programming offered at DJS doesn't work. And those services for young offenders often come with significant wait times.
And unfortunately, what we've found time and time again is that services available, that's in name only. At transfer hearings, we hear, well, there's this facility and there's that placement, and he can go here and he can go there. And as soon as the youth is transferred down, it's, well, there's no beds there.
And it's not just what's happening in Baltimore City courts.
Tinkering with these parameters right now is not only unnecessary, it is unwise.
Pour all the money you can into DJS. Please help those juveniles when they're 13 and 14, so I don't have to come back here with 6 cases that they've murdered somebody at the age of 15. And what I'm saying is that the process isn't working, and this is not the time to overload them more with violent criminals.
Baltimore County State's Attorney Scott Schellenberger argues the premise of the bill will not produce better public safety results.
Supporters say that this bill is all about public safety. This is going to get the necessary services to these young offenders quickly, more quickly than the current system. Is that reality?
I don't think so, because right now, DJS, Department of Juvenile Services, is not taking care of getting the services to the people who are there now. And now we're going to add to that. And if we add to that, how are they ever going to get the right number of people with the right services?
And that sentiment echoed by Senate President Bill Ferguson.
I appreciate the chairman's effort on this. I think it's going to be a hard bill to move this year, given the sense of concern that folks have had about the operations of the department so far.
Noting the previous hearing with DJS from this committee, where an audit revealed serious gaps in oversight and accountability for DJS programs, Senator Ferguson says there are signs of improvement, but the department is not there yet.
So what can you do as the General Assembly to make it clear to DJS that you're not messing around, that you need this information? I mean, what's in it for them to follow these guidelines if budgetary issues won't be talked about or leadership conversations aren't happening?
we are using every tool we have, including the budget. And so every year we withhold money for certain purposes in order to achieve certain results or to get certain information, and that will be another tool that we deploy this year with the Department of Juvenile Services, as well as plenty of other departments who are slow to respond to requests.
So you're willing to withhold money from DJS
Certainly,
if that?
absolutely, yes.
What or how any budget strings may be pulled to force better results from DJS has yet to be determined.
Now, the committee did not take a vote on this bill today following that discussion that we heard, and given the concerns we've already heard from leadership, it's unclear if that will ever happen. Live in Annapolis, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.